Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back, and it is time for a transfer video, news and rumors, everything else in between. I'm also going to discuss a couple of rival rumors that caught my eye over the interwebs. Very interesting as our rivals look to strengthen as well in bid for promotion. Before I get into today's video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Of course, drop your comments below. Thank you to Jim Jones, William Morrison, and Brian B for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated, guys. And big up to all my existing members of the channel. Love for the support. Really does mean a lot. And if you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Now let's just get into this. Obviously, the hot topic of Leeds United has been Illan Meslier. I think it goes without saying, if you've been on social media, his name has been everywhere. Clips of him have been everywhere. And it's just come to the point now where even the most avid Illan Meslier fan has kind of bowed now and said, yeah, this can't really go on much longer. And it doesn't matter about that for me. It matters about if Leeds United have decided that too. Well, according to the Daily Mail, Leeds United are open to a sale of Illan Meslier this month if they get a reasonable offer, which the report believes could to be around 13 million. Now, I'll say this: if Leeds United can get 13 million, that's the deal of the century, mate. Heist of the century, if you will. But obviously, Leeds United have a valuation, but they're not going to get that. They're going to have to accept a lower fee just purely on the evidence the goalkeeper just, I mean, his stock has gone so far down. You know, we was once upon a time looking at a near 25 to 30 million deal for this keeper, whereas now we'll be lucky to get 10. But it's reported that Man United want him to back up on Andre Onana. I don't know if he's going to go for that, as he does see himself as a #1 goalkeeper. But I do believe there will be other options. But what I want to see is that this is true and that Leeds United are willing to open talks and get him out of the club. It would do him good. You know, his rap sheet is so long here that any error now just tacks onto it. It would do him good to get a clean start, some clean slate somewhere else. It would do us good to get the upgrade in net that we deserve as fans, and also that these players deserve as well. You know what I mean? And I mean, this is a still. I wish I could play the video, but I don't want to risk copyright. But I mean, the pictures tells 1,000 words. You know what I mean? All the hard work being done for someone just to palm it back in and make it 3-2, which then leads to 3-3. You know what I mean? I mean, Joe Rodon obviously leads the charge, but I say in the picture, man, it looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like that naughty kid at school who's, you know, you're about to leave at 3 o'clock, and then the one kid does something wrong, and now we all have to stay till 4, all because of him. And that's what it looks like in the picture, doesn't it? That's what it feels like. But that's what it is. He is the outlier of this team. He is the weak link. And it's quite funny because people said, and it's crazy how some people still tried to defend him, saying, well, why were the defenders still just standing around? It's because they expected the ball to go over the bar. Yeah, this isn't like when you're running out to the sidelines and you got to keep the ball in play or prevent it from going for a corner. You run till the last bit. The ball is literally going over the bar, people. But anyway, listen, hopefully Leeds United can get something done. That would be great. And I guess we'll find out this week what Danny Farker thinks, because he will be asked about this in the press conference for sure. Absolutely for sure. But we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, something comes of it, because we deserve an upgrading goal. Another link, another rumor that has been going on. Obviously, this is a long-standing one with Andrew Omobamidele. We've been linked with him pretty much since Farke came here, but apparently we've opened talks with Forest to sign him as of Sheffield United. Our stakes is that we want a loan to buy, which is obviously favourable for Forest, who are looking to raise around £10 million for the defender. But Sheffield United just want a straight-up loan. Now, this is an interesting one in that if we do loan to buy and it's an obligation come the summer, it's an interesting one because I feel that we need stronger defenders than this that we've currently got. He'd be a good option, obviously, for where we'd be, but I would looking for a more solid defender than this. If it was a straight up loan, absolutely love that. And I think Sheffield United have got the right idea here, in that they just want a straight up loan, no obligation, no strings attached. And the thing is, for Andrew Omobamidele, he's likely to get first team football at Sheffield United because they've got a gap. Whereas if he comes here, he's got Joe Rodon in the way. So it's an interesting one. It all depends on what Forest want to do. Obviously, it's got to make financial sense for them as they're looking to raise funds, you know, just to ease their FFP and give themselves a bit of breathing space for a defender that they don't even use. And that's the thing as well with Omobamidele. He's hardly played in the last couple of years since he's moved. But yeah, it's one to look out for. If anything, you know, any further updates come of this, we'll talk about it. But what would you do? Do you like the idea of a loan to buy for around 10 million for this player going into the Premier League, or would you just prefer a straight up loan, much like Sheffield United are trying to do? Let me know in the comments. Another one, this is reported by Rudy Galletti and a few other Italian outlets as well. Junior Firpo's future is still up in the air as Leeds have yet to take any concrete action for his renewal. As reported in September, his camp is also laying the groundwork for a return in Spain. This one for me is pretty simple. Keep it the way it is. This is absolutely the way it should be. There should be no contract renewal for Junior Firpo. I've just talked about defensive solidifying in the Premier League. He does not fit that mold. He doesn't fit that profile, and it would do him good. Look, we get promoted this year. He goes out somewhat of a cult hero to some fans. Leave it that way rather than him staying and being an absolute disaster in the Premier League. I think this is the right move for everybody because we do need better at left back, absolutely, and we need a more reliable one as well. That kind of goes into January as well. I wish we were linked with a left back so far, but I haven't seen anything credible to say that we are in for a left back as of yet, which is disappointing. But in this case, for me, it's simple. Keep it the way it is. Junior Firpo leaves in the summer for free. Go back to Spain or wherever you want to go, and we go up to the Prem and strengthen in that area. But let me know what you do in the comments. Now, going into just a little rival watch, just to finish, because obviously this does kind of affect us in terms of changes that our rivals are making for promotion. Well, Sheffield United have gone back into the well, and they're getting Ben Beret and Diaz on loan. Obviously, he had a very successful loan spell for him when they were in the Premier League. It got around 6 goals. Did very well for him. It hasn't worked out for him at Southampton, for much like other players as well. But this is a real good signing for Sheffield United. Very good at this level. Very, very good. Cash money, basically. So Sheffield United is strengthening their ranks in that area. Obviously, they're still looking for defenders, but going up front for them, this is a brilliant signing for them. Absolutely brilliant. And it just makes me believe them being a top 2 team even more with this kind of move. Honestly, it does. Never mind knows the league. He's just a quality player. It just hasn't worked out for him at Southampton, and it's as simple as that. But yeah, Sheffield United moving to do this one, and this piqued my interest as well. And it wasn't just because Sunderland won their game against Portsmouth 1-0, now just 3 points behind us, which is scary within itself. But in terms of Sunderland, they have been linked with an old channel favorite here. Matteo Moretto has reported that Sunderland have inquired about Enzo Lefebvre. Remember me mentioning him on here, people, when he was at Lorient? Well, it's a request from his coach, the Sunderland coach, Reggie Labrie, who worked with him at Lorient. Betis had contact with his entourage, but an official offer was never presented to Roma. So obviously he's a little bit unsettled at Roma. But I'm just saying, I don't know if Sunderland are going to get this done, but if they were to get this done, what a signing. Now, at the same token, Joby Bellingham's been linked with Crystal Palace. I don't know if that's going to happen this month, but just imagine if they can have Joby Bellingham, Chris Rigg, and Enzo Lefebvre in their midfield. That's ridiculous. But obviously, it's just a rumor. Don't know if it's going to happen. And obviously, if he is to move to the championship, it is purely on the strength of his relationship with his coach, nothing else, because he's not a championship footballer in any way, shape, or form. But, it's much like that Ruben Neves thing. Remember that? I mean, obviously, he's a much better player, Ruben Neves, but when that agent was bringing all those like quality players to Wolves, could be a situation like that. But when other teams around you are doing things to make themselves that little bit better, even though our squad is strong and is good, we need to make ourselves that little bit better too in areas where we're weak. So hopefully Leeds United are working on that, as other teams seem to be too. And that is the update for this video, people. I hope you've enjoyed it. Put your thoughts, comments, feelings in anything discussed below, and anything you want to add as well. Do you think we need a 10? Do you think we need a striker? Let me know in the comments. Like the video before you go, people, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.